Hi everyone, I am Deena Dayalan, working as assistant professor, Department of CACAML in St. Martin Engineering College. Today's session we will discuss about the IP and MAC address. And before that, we have to know the number system. What is the number system? Number system is the one of the method that is represented to the numbers mathematically. The number system is the types of number system is there: binary number system, decimal number system, hexadecimal number system. What is the binary number system? The binary number system is the numerical method. That is the two symbol is there. One is 0 and 1. 0 and 1. That is the binary number system. Hexadecimal number system is that is also represented the numerical numbers. It is consist of 0 to 9. And the next hexadecimal number system. The hexadecimal number system is that is consist of 16. That means that is consist of 0 to 9 is the numbers and the letters is the A to F. That means the number system, the hexadecimal number system is the hexadecimal number system that is the base value 16. That means 0 to 9. After that 10 we can consider as the A, 11 we can consider as the B, 12 we can consider as the C, 13 we can consider as the D, 14 we can consider E, 15 we can consider as the F. That is the hexadecimal system, hexadecimal number system. And the next is the conversion of place value for binary number system. First we have to find the place value for each and every number system. How to find the place value for each and every number system? First we have to find the binary number system using the base value. What is the base value for binary number system? That is the 2. So how to write the place value? Place value number system. Two power 0. Anything power 0, so it will come that 1 only. 2 power 1, that is the 2. 2 power 2, that is the 4. 2 power 3, that is the 8. Like that we can write the place value for the binary number system. And then how to write that? How to write that decimal value number system? How to write that place value of decimal number system? The decimal number value system, that is based on the base value. What is the base value for decimal number system? The decimal number system base value is the 9. The decimal number value system is the 10. 10 is that, like that, 10 power 0, that is the 1. 10 power 1, we can write that 10. 10 power 2, we can write that 100. That is the place value for decimal number system. And the next is the place value for the hexadecimal number system. How to write that hexadecimal number system? Place value for hexadecimal number system. How we can write that place value for the hexadecimal used to the base value? Used to the base value. What is the base value for the hexadecimal number system? That is the 16. How to write that? 16 power 0. Anything 0, anything power 0, it is the 1 only. 16 power 1, that is the 16. 16 power 2, that is the 32. Like that, we can write that hexadecimal number system. And the next conversion, decimal to binary, hexadecimal to binary. How to convert the decimal to binary? So, how to find that decimal to binary? The decimal value is the 10. So, how to convert the decimal value to binary system? What is the binary value? Binary value is the 2, 0 and 1. So, binary, that is the, we have to the decimal value 1 octet 8 bits. How to write that 8 bits? That is nothing but so that is the 1 octet. 1 octet is contains the 8 bits. This 8 bits we can use that. How to conversion of the hexadecimal to binary? So here what is that? Value is 10. So put the binary combination 1 for that. This 2. Remaining is the 0. When you put the 0, you don't consider that bits. So here what is that? That is the 1 is that it contains the 8 bit, and then the another one is that contains the 2. So add the 2 values is the 10. So that is the hexadecimal to binary conversion. And the next, binary to decimal value. How to convert that one? So suppose the decimal value is that, the binary value is the 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1. So how to convert that binary to hexadecimal? So first we have to write that 8 bits value. What is the 8 bit value? 128, 64, and then 32, 16, 8, 4, 2, and then 1. That is the 8 bit value. So how to convert that binary to decimal value? So what is that? 180 and 64 are that values 192, and 192 are that one value 193. That is the decimal value. So the conversion of decimal to binary and binary to decimal. And the next is the hexadecimal to binary and binary to hexadecimal. What is the hexa value? Hexa value is that is the base value for 16. So we have to convert the hexadecimal to binary. Suppose the value is the hexadecimal value. What is that? 0 to 9, up to 9 we can consider as the A to F. A is the 10, B considers that value is the 11, C the value is the 12, like that. So the A is the hexa value. We have to convert the binary value. How to convert the binary value? The hexa is the 1 hexa is the 4 bits. 1 hexa is the 4 bits. What are the 4 bits? That is the 1, 2, 4, 8. That is the 1 hexa is the 4 bits. So we have to convert the hexadecimal to binary. What is the hexadecimal value? A. A values, what is that? That is nothing but that is the 10. So we put the value for 8 and 2, that is the 2, remaining is the 0. So that is the hexadecimal to binary. Suppose that the binary to hexadecimal conversion is there. How to convert the binary to hexadecimal? So what is the binary values? The binary values what? 1 hexa is the 4 bits, 1, 2, 4, 8. So give that 0, 0. So convert the given the binary value, we have to convert the hexadecimal value. So how to convert? So add the two values, 8 and 2, 12. What is the 12 is the hexadecimal value C. So that is the hexadecimal, binary to hexadecimal conversion. And the next is the MAC address. What is the MAC? MAC is the media access control. It contains that physical address. It is a physical address. It is a hexadecimal format. What is the hexadecimal format? The hexadecimal format is the base value is the 16. So the hexadecimal format, it contains that hexadecimal format. It is contains that 12 hexadecimal format. For like that. What is the MAC address? The MAC address look like, the MAC address look like, that is the 0008 AD FA 12 and 05. So the MAC address should be like that only. This is the hexadecimal format. This hexadecimal format, the 12, it is the 12 hexadecimal. What is the 12 hexa? Each and every hexa is that 4 bits. So like that, the 4 bits. How to write that? 4 bits, 1, 2, 4, 8. So put the value for 0, 0. For this one, like that, the 0, 1, 2, 4, 8. That is the also 0, 0. And then what is that? This values? This is also what? 1, 2, 4, 8. That is also 0, 0 only. So how to write that one? So each and every hexa, it contains that 4 bits. So how to that one? Put the value for 0, for 8, 1, remaining is the 0. When you put the 0 for the bit values, that is the not consider. So put the values, the binary values 1, that is only the we can consider. So the next is the, what is that value for this one? A. What is the A? A is that nothing but that is the 10. How to convert the hexadecimal to binary? What is that? 8, 4, 2, 1. So put the value for 8 and 1, remaining is that 0. That is the hexadecimal. So the MAC address is that it contains that is the physical address. It contains hexadecimal format. This is the 12 hexa. Each one hexa is the 4 octet. And the next is the IP address. So what is the IP? IP is the internet protocol. It is used to find the location of MAC address. So what is the MAC address? MAC address is find the location of, find the network devices. Find the network devices. The IP address, it is data decimal format. The IP combination of network and host bit, and then it contains the 4 octet. 1 octet is the 8 bits. It contains the 32 bit length. For like that, 192.8.0.1. That is the IP address. The IP address, that is the data decimal format. This is the dotted decimal format. Though this is contains the 4 octet. This one is the 1 octet, 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 and each and every 1 octet contains the 8 bits. That is, the 1 octet contains the 8 bits. This one also contains the, each and every octets contains the 8 bits, and then this length of is the 32. The length of bit is that 32 bits length. That is the IP address. And the next is the IP classes. What is the IP classes? The IP classes is the class A, class B, class C, class D, class E. The class B, class A range is 0 to 127, and class B range is the 128 to 191, and class C ranges is the 192 to 224, 223, and class C ranges is the 224 to 239, and class D the ranges is the 240 to 255. That is the ranges of classes. Classes is nothing but, so how to find that class ranges? So this is the class A. Class A IP address, that range is the 0 to 127, and class B range is the 128 to 191. Class C ranges the 192 to 223. Class D ranges is the 224 to 239. Class E ranges is the 240 to 255. That is the subnet model is the 255.0.0.0. So what is that? Class A, the per network, number of available hosts per network in the 16777214 per network only. So class B per network is the 65534, and class C is that 254 per network, and class D and class C is that nothing but that is the multicast communication. The class E is that is the research development. The class A ranges is 0 to 127. So 0 to 127, how to find that one? So we have to use the fixed bits. What is the fixed bits for a class A? Fixed bits class A equal to, that is the 1 only. What is the fixed bit? Fixed bit is a class A, the 0. The fixed bits for class A, is 0 bits, and class B 10, class C 110, class D 110, and class E 41. So we have to use the fixed bits. We find that ranges of class IP. So class A is the 0 to 127. So how to that one? So we have to use that fixed values, fixed bits. So first we have to write that 8 bits value. What is the 8 bit value? 64 and then 128. So what is that? The class A fixed bit is 0. So first octet we have to put the value is the 0. Remaining is that 1. Remaining, put the values of binary values is the 1. So calculate this one. So this is the 0 to 127. That is that 0 and remaining is the 1. So add the values 64 into 32, 96 and 106, 112. 112 is the 120, 24, 26, 27. That is the ranges of class A. And the next class B ranges. So how to find that class B ranges? What is the class B ranges? So we have used to the fixed bits value. So what is the fixed bit value for the class B? That is the 1, 0. So we have to write that the same things. 8-bit value 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, and then 64, 128. So this is the, what is the fixed bit is the 0. So we should put the value for 1, 0. Remaining all is that 1. So calculate that one. So 128 and 32, what is that? 150, 160, 160, 176, 176, 184, 184, 188, 188, 190, 191. So what is that? So 191. So 191, 128 to 191. That is the ranges of class B. And then class C. Class C ranges. How to find that one? So used to the bits value, fixed bits value. What is the fixed bits value in the class C? Class C ranges. So that is the 111. 110 for the class C fixed value. So we have to write that 8 bits value 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, and then 128. So put the value for 1, 1, 0. So it will come that like that. After that here also 1, 1, 0. Remaining all are 1. So calculate this one. So 128 and 64, that is how 128 and 68, 180, 192, 192 plus 16, 172, 178, and then 178, 186, 190, 192, 193. So that is the 192 to 223. That is that class C ranges. And then class D ranges. What is the fixed value for class D? 1, 1, 111, 0. So we have to write that. That is that 111, 0. What is the 111, 0? We have to write 111, 0. Remaining all are 1. So calculate this one. That is the 2242 to 39 ranges will come. And the next, the class E ranges. Class E ranges, what is the fixed bits for class E? So that is the 1141. So like that, put the value for bits 0 or 1. That is the 1, 1. Remaining all are is the 0. So calculate this one. 128, 192, 192 into 192, 2, that is the 240, 242, 255. That is the ranges. So class A, class B, class C, class D ranges is there. We find how to, you should write that. So we will see that one. And the next is the subnet mask. What is the subnet mask? Subnet mask is nothing but that is the mention the, what is the subnet mask? Subnet mask is the mention the, that is used to network portion in the IP address. So the condition is there. The condition is nothing but that is the put the binary values 0 or 1. So put the values for 1 in the network portion. What is the in the network portion for class A, class B, class C? So what is the class A? Class A network portion is that one network and 3 host portion for the class A, and class B network portion is that 2 network 2 host portion. The class C network portion is that 3 network 1 host portion, and then how to find the subnet mask? Why are you using the subnet mask? So we know that what is the we know that what is that network portion, what is the host portion, but the system not understanding which one is the network portion, which one is the host portion. So that's why we have to mention that subnet mask. In the subnet mask is that it is used to mention a network portion in a IP. What is the condition? The put binary combination as for a network bit. So for like that we have to write that in the network portion we have to write the binary combination. So like that the 192.168.0.1, this is the IP address. This IP address which classes? That is nothing but that is the class C. That is the class C. The class C what is the network portion? What is the host portion? The network portion is that 3 network portion and 1 host portion. So how to write that subnet mask? So we have to mention the network portion and put the values for 1. So 192.168.0.1. So we have to write that 8 bits value 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64 and 128. So that is the binary combinations. So we have to put the values for 1 for all bits in the network portion. So what is that? So calculate that one, all values. So that is will come the 255. And the next is the 168. On 168 also we have to put the binary combinations the 1 value. So that is also will come the 255. So like that. So it is the subnet mask. And the next is the classification of IP address. What is the classification of IP address? Private IP address and a public IP address. What is the private IP address and public IP address? What is the private IP address and public IP address? That is the so what is the MAC address and the IP address? The IP address, it is used to find the location of network MAC address, and the MAC address find that location of that is the network devices. So for examples, so this is the MAC address. In the MAC address, the first half is that vendor ID, and the next half is the user ID. That is the MAC address. The MAC address is the content, that is the physical address. In the physical address is the 12 hexa. 1 hexa is the 4 octets. That is that total bit length is the 48, and then 24 is the vendor ID. After 24 is the device ID. And the next is that what is the ARP? ARP is the nothing but that is the address resolution protocol. In the address resolution protocol is find the destination MAC address using the destination IP address. That is the ARP. And the next is that we have to find that in classes of what is the private IP and public IP. The private IP is nothing but that is the we have to send the information on the same network only. That is the private IP. What is the public IP? Public IP we can send the information. We can send or receive the information from the different network, that is the public IP address. For examples, the public IP address, we have to pay the some amount, so that means that is the recharge for that mobile, so that is provide the ISP, that is ISP means internet service provider, that is provide the that IP address. So in the public IP address is the two type is the dynamic and static. What is the dynamic? Dynamic is the, it is the changed on the over time, and the next is the static. Static is nothing but that is the fixed for the fixed in the IP address, that is provided also ISP, internet service provider.